and Woody likes the crooked cock.
Was it the CIA? When something fucked up happens, I always assume CIA.
Oh, brother. It was 1,010% the CIA. Like, not even a question. So much so that the King family also believes it was. And they spent the last 3 years of James Earl Ray, the alleged shooter, they spent the last 3 years of his life trying to get him out of jail because the family thought he was innocent.
Wow.
In 1999, in Shelby County, Tennessee, the King family sued the United States government, specifically through an agent. And the specific one that did the suing was Martin Luther King's wife. They sued the government for conspiracy to commit wrongful death and won. So in a civil court, they officially decided the government did kill MLK.
I never even knew that, man.
Yeah. That is wild. and that's not even news. Wow,
yeah, I had no idea. That's not common knowledge as far as I know.
People are like, but if you told someone, like, did you know that MLK was killed by the CIA? Like, I feel like a lot of people would
be like, oh, he's one of those guys.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they're like, put up the tinfoil hat or whatever. Yeah. Meanwhile, it was like the King family who did the research and got it and all that, which is like, I don't think I have to tell you guys that some information is chosen to be fed while others is not.
Of course.
And stuff that has to do with like a distrust of the state tends to be on the don't show as much.
Who was the guy who went to prison for shooting MLK? Was that like Mark David?
James Earl Ray.
James Earl Ray. They always have three fucking names.
Or David Chapman was John Lennon.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yep. So the civil court thing decided that. Well, and in civil court, did they ever bring up that, there's a guy sitting in prison for this murder and blah, blah, blah?
Well, so he died in 1998 and the civil court was in 1999. So it was more so exonerating a dead man.
Was he retroactively exonerated?
So just in the nick of time.
By civil court, yes. In official court, no, because double jeopardy and all that stuff. He was already accused of it. But like, man, I tell you, like, I went into the MLK video like, oh, the FBI killed MLK. And then I did the research. It was like, oh my gosh, they destroyed that.
You're like, this is way too obvious. They didn't even try to cover it.
They didn't. Yeah. Like, there was one witness who saw James Earl Ray there, and 74 who saw a different man there, and they went with the one guy.
They went with the one guy, Agent. Steve
Brown. So that one guy who saw him was actually in a drunk stupor at the time, and then during an interview with ABC, the journalist held up a picture of James Earl Ray, and the guy goes, "Who's that?"
Oh my god!
And the reporter goes, "That's James Earl Ray," and he goes, "Oh, yeah. Well, that's not really the guy who I saw, but maybe from the back, it's
the only way to like bail yourself out of that is like, oh man, he's gained a lot of weight.
Clearly, the stress of being a murderer
is weighing on him. His hair fell out and everything.
I'm like that's my bias is like, if I hear something that's like, something fucked up the FBI or the CIA did, I'm like, you don't even have to explain it. I believe you.
Yeah.
I used to not be like that.
But if,
once upon a time,
if they came out and they were like, CIA stops hunger in Nigeria, like poor village, I'd be like, no.
What's that village got to hide, huh?
What's
that village?
Maybe Nigeria's not even real. I've never been.
If I haven't seen it, it's not there. Australia looking at you, not looking at you.
Yeah, Finland isn't that the conspiracy that Finland isn't real?
Oh, I thought it was Australia.
Exist, yeah.
I thought it was Australia. Fuck.
No, you're totally right. Muscle milk is
the
definitely
MLK. You know, one of the wildest things about the MLK assassination that didn't have to do with the conspiracy. So Jesse Jackson was with him the day of the assassination. As a matter of fact, King was hanging over a balcony talking to Jackson in the parking lot below whenever he was shot.
Yep.
Immediately, Jesse Jackson ran to the news, and he was wearing a sweater covered in blood and said that he was holding MLK as he was dying. And that's what the blood on the sweater is. Every single person who was there that day said what actually happened is MLK got shot and Jesse Jackson ran off and the rest of them stayed there with him. And Jesse Jackson went somewhere, put fake blood on himself, and then went to the news so he could get the attention for it.
He like tried to pull his own like
What?
Juicy Smollett thing.
Well,
yeah, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. In research for it, MLK had a lot of problems with Jackson because every time they would go to a rally or protest, he would like aggravate it or like get it as a problem. There was one instance, I think it was some city up north, where King was giving a speech and he was talking about nonviolence, and the police show up, and Jackson's immediately like, "All right, guys, it's time to fight, make a wall," and like made this whole violent protest.
Yeah, like rabble rousing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right, yeah.
And he was like, there's a bunch of accusations he was trying to take the spotlight. And it was specifically King's brother who was furious at him for going to the news in a fake bloody sweater.
I can
Being like,
imagine.
"Oh man, he died in my arms." Yeah.
Trying to
Dude,
take
and
the
it
credit.
really
It's like
went
a tremendously narcissistic thing to do. Like MLK dies, and it's like, but how am I gonna get positive attention?
How do I
He wants
profit
to be
from
remembered
this
in history.
scenario?
He wants to be
The
remembered in
only thing
history
to remember
books.
is what about me?
I would hit him up all the time. I'd be like, "Yo, that was super weird." The next year, I'd be like, "Yo, you remember last year when my brother died and you did that whole thing? Super weird. I never want you to forget how fucking weird that was.
Jesse Jackson.
We all think you're weird. All the people I talk to, all my homies think you're weird."
Yo, that was
I
weird.
just got to know. Where did you get the blood?
And why
Yeah, where
why
would
did
MLK
MLK
have
have, why
blood?
did MLK have acrylic-based blood?
You
60s,
came
wasn't
up
it?
with a liter of fake blood in like 8 minutes in Alabama on a Thursday afternoon. I've got to know more.
You just like
I've got to
grab
know.
the bird, popped its head off like a bottle of
I have
ketchup,
children,
just squirted
goddammit. I can't allow you around them until I know where you got the blood.
Where did you get the blood? You can't come around my
You have
kids.
to know.
Fine, I got
Damn
it
it,
from Sherwin
Jesse.
Williams. Get off my ass.
Oh. Well, let's
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, you can come around the kids again.
fine. No, I don't know anything about that conspiracy, about the MLK thing, but I do know that they were surveilling him and recording him and stuff, and they had that like salacious audio of him having sex with his wife, and they were trying to use that against him. He's like, "I don't care." Yeah,
He's like, I'm married, bro.
yeah.
They wrote him a letter to try to get him to kill himself.
Yeah.
Where the FBI posed as like a member, like I think it was a black teen who was like a fan of him, and was like, "Man, you should probably kill yourself before this goes public." It's like,
Wow.
okay.
The first
Jesus Christ.
troll comment existed.
Yeah.
On
Yeah,
paper.
the first one in all history. Probably not, but yeah.
The first YouTube
And
video.
it was-
You know it's wild.
Comment.
Whenever I was going through research for it, the like first detail I got to that made me be like, "There's no way," and then sure enough, it was real. The gun, it was a Remington 760 in 30-06. The gun that had Ray's fingerprints on it was never matched ballistically to the bullet that killed King. They tried it over and
The
over.
fuck, man.
And, yeah, and the best that they could determine is that it was the same model, probably because the rifling patterns within the barrel were similar. They're like, "Yeah, we can't exactly determine this is the same rifle that did it, but it's probably close enough."
Are you scared
Close
at night?
enough.
Are you scared at night
Kyle,
that you're
you're
on a
muted.
list or something?
No, there he is. No,
You're not worried that you're on a list.
I'm on a list.
Oh, I know. I
wait.
know for a fact I'm on a list.
Kyle's
But I
probably on a
don't.
list.
Like, I know, Cal's on several lists.
They made me sign
I
up
think-
for the list. They were like, "All right, this is for the list," and they like scanned my like face and took my DNA. Like, yeah, I'm on a list.
I think
We're all on
Kyle and I
lists.
share not that
Well,
one, but I
everybody's
think we
on
share
here.
a few lists.
Kyle's on a
What-
list on
what's
the
the,
Baby Gap subscription list.
Oh my
There's,
god.
I'm
Can't
actually,
stop, can't stop sending them.
Sorry, Rico.
Can't stop.
I'm actually curious.
Just waiting for that winter collection.
Even
Spring's
though it'll
coming.
sound
I ended on that note. I love the
That was
wordplay.
the best
Very
shit
nice.
I've ever heard.